The following is a presentation of TFNN. The TFNN Bull Bear Trading Hour. Every trading day, live at 10 a.m. Eastern. Call now, toll free at 877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The TFNN Bull Bear Trading Hour. Now, Tom and Tommy O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. Appreciate you go round and prowling with us out here. We have the Dow Industrials down 260. You get NASDAQ off 9, S&P's down 12. Gold contract down $9.40, trading $17.72 an ounce. We get silver down 17 cents, $22.38 an ounce. Light sweet crude down 25 cents, $45.28 a barrel. Notes and bonds. The 10 years down 2 ticks. 138.15. The 30 is off 9 at 173.19 in King Dollar. And here's the big divergence, folks. King Dollar broke its September low. You're down 238 ticks, 91.556. And guess what? Gold and silver still hasn't caught the bid. My take is that you're going to get a big rejection out here. This dollar, folks, wants to run to 88. It's picking up some steam right now. The euro is at 119, the yen is out here at 104.23, and the British pound is at 133 to 1 U.S. dollar. Tom O'Brien, what's going on?
Good Monday morning. There's a lot going on, right? Almost too much to talk about in that top of the hour update I did with 3 minutes. We need a whole hour. Let's do it.
I'll tell you, and Moderna, you talk about the NDX, folks. It's flat out here this morning. Moderna is up 17%, AMD's up 3%, Xilinx 2%, and Apple's picking up a little steam here. It's up 2.2%. Go over to Moderna first. That's quite a move, man, right? This is
it is, man, and that's after closing at 127 last week, but for Friday. But you were at $93 on Tuesday, man.
I know, man.
Yeah,
intense, man, no doubt.
Yeah, let alone going back to October 30th before $70, whatever. Yeah.
Pretty amazing. Let's go take a look at Apple. So, Apple hasn't been able to move, folks. Bottom line is that it caught a bid out here today. You get 25 million shares traded already. So it's going to be intriguing to see if it can, the last swing point out here in Apple is at that 121.99. And we'll see whether it basically it has any juice coming into that area.
I'll tell you, I contributed a little bit this weekend to the Apple coffers. So.
Yes, you did. And
along with, I'm sure, many others.
Exactly. And all those phones are on back order. So it's only like 4 or 5 days, though, right? That's kind of how it's running, right?
So, I'm not sure. Maybe.
I think November 30th. Well, I think when you're on the site, it's saying November 30th. Well, yesterday it was November 30th. To December 4th or something,
Okay, sometime this week.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Right.
Yeah. And it's still going on today, man. Just staggering. We can talk about some of the numbers, but, man, I was checking around them. Even a company like Shopify. I think Shopify put up that they did alone $2.4 billion. Let alone Black Friday, you're looking at $9 billion, Adobe said. And Cyber Monday, man, $13 billion potentially coming down the line.
A monster number, right? No doubt.
Yeah.
We go over to gold. So gold hits 1762 out here today. It's 1770. We must have already swapped contracts. 1 second. We're not in, because what's going on here? Let me pull this up.
Yeah, I'm trading at 1776 right now.
There we go. Okay, there we go. Better situation. Right. So you hit 1767. You're at 1776. You're back into where we basically had some big strength in June and July. Hey, we'll see where it shakes out. This dollar, this is about as major divergence as you can get, folks. And this has been going on for 2 weeks. So this has been good. The dollar's been going down since, the 11th of November. Now, you're busting this. You're not busting this with conviction, though. Right? That's what's going on also. It's 91,746 is the number. I'd like to see a larger bar here. So we'll see where this is going to shake out this week. But, the divergence is out there, that's for sure. Last week what we did do, the holiday week there, you had a lot of these equities, they basically rejected lower price. You had a little pop. We'll see where this shakes out today. Copper, man. Copper. So when you look at copper, my take, folks, is that we're in a major commodity bull market. And the reason is that this copper has taken off like a rocket ship. And so has an iron ore, by the way. this has been a one-way move, and most times when you get something like the last time I saw a move like this was actually in 2001. It's that long ago. This is when I put this up in a generic chart. Where do you see this thing, man? So copper was $2.47 a pound 6 months ago. You're at $3.46, and what you're talking here with copper. This is what's so wild about copper. We talk about copper in pounds because of the fact that that's how it trades in the futures market, but it's tons that people use, folks. Tons and tons and tons of copper. Like copper, probably with this move here, copper's probably around, I don't know, $700, $800 a ton, something like that. But my take, you can get to $450 now. I mean, this is a major break topside. And if I go to iron ore, what do you see this? Iron ore is acting really cool, too. Iron ore, you're at 935. That one doesn't look that great, actually. Generic one. Let me see how this works. Yeah, no, it's so let's see. Well, yeah, a year ago we were at 635, so it's up 50%. So we'll see where that shakes out. But most times when you do get a move like that in copper, that's saying that that's a heads up, and the move has already happened in oil. I mean, we'll see where that shakes out with oil, Tom. Do you know what I mean? That oil contract. Bottom line is that took off too.
So it looks like Apple got an upgrade, which should helped it, I guess, from Loop Capital, upgrading the stock. That's one of the things. Because I was jumping around. I mean, you get Apple up 2.2%. Yeah, I'm sure they did well. They're doing well today. But Amazon, I mean, Amazon just sold off from a spike of 32.28 down to 31.67. It's down like 0.9%. My goodness. I mean, how much business did Amazon probably do in the last 3 to 4 days? I feel like I get notifications for any charge, and I feel like I'm just getting notifications all the time that my Amazon orders are getting processed.
That's funny. Yeah, no, I do know.
Because they don't charge them right away. You only get charged when that product ships, I believe, or it's processed.
Okay.
As in, you order like 6 items. They don't just bill you the $250 for the 6 items. They actually will bill you when that product is shipped.
Yeah, interesting.
So,
I didn't know that. Okay, cool.
I only know it because I know I get notifications of any charge.
I see.
And they're not all one and the same. They actually segment them out. It's probably because, I mean, when you order Amazon, right, it says this item's going to get delivered this day, maybe this item this day. So they kind of segment them out to make sure that they're on the ball.
Wild. And it's wild that the NDX is still, weak when Apple's up 247. That's in Moderna is up 18%. Yeah. So that's very unusual. That's saying there's some heavy weakness inside of that NDX 100, folks.
Hey, how about Bitcoin?
Oh, I know.
We might get a high, man. We're within $300-400 with the way it's trading at right now. Is about 5 to 10 minutes of action. Remarkable that we're actually above last week's highs after trading down $3,000 from Wednesday to Friday.
Look at that.
Made it all back in no time.
Yeah, that is quite a move, man. 16,000. We hit 19. That's 4 trading days ago. We hit 19,857 so far today, folks.
Do they have options on XBT? What kind of premiums are they pricing in?
XBT, let's see.
Wants to sell some naked calls on.
Nope, no options.
Yeah, thank goodness.
Stay right there. Tommy and I come right back.
If you're not currently using the TAS Profile Scanner when looking at setting up your trading opportunities, then your arsenal is short a mighty weapon. The TAS Profile Scanner is a standalone piece of software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Headed by Steve Dahl, TAS understands that in today's technological world, the use of top-flight software applications and technical analysis expertise is essential to successful trading in today's market. You also gain access to the webinar that Steve Dahl and Tom O'Brien just hosted, The Best Way to Use the TAS Profile Scanner to Profit. This webinar archive is available for all subscribers immediately upon signing up. All new subscriptions also come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Start your subscription by visiting the front page of TFNN.com today, and you'll find the TAS Profile Scanner under the Services tab. Sign up today. Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today.
Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN has launched our brand new website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, but when you do, you'll see a new and improved homepage with a much simpler navigation, whether you're watching Tiger TV live in high definition or just accessing your newsletter subscriptions. We even have new pricing in 6 months and yearly options. Check out the new TFNN.com now and experience all the upgrades. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. Dow's down 297. You get the Nasdaq off 37. S&Ps are off 19 and a half. And Nicola, right? So this is getting this is getting a little complicated here, man.
I don't know. I think it actually got simple in terms of like there's very little deal left over in this scenario with no equity stake and a little save and face from GM was my quick take. But that's
it's down 680, right? Trading $21.
And that's after the pre-market, man. I have the chart up. It spiked to 39.30 on the
39.30?
39.30, man. And I was even going to bring up, I have it up here. I mean, we're not talking about no shares traded. I got 1 minute bars up here, 8 a.m. this morning. Looks like the news breaks. First bar, you make it up to 36. Second bar, 39.30. You hung out around 30 for a period of almost 10 minutes, trading 200,000 to 300,000 shares every minute. You're at 30.
That's a heavy hit, man.
Yeah.
That's a 50% hit, folks. 45%.
And then you trailed all the way down when I think the market figured out that, hey, guess what? This is basically just...
Wow.
So what it gets to is that no more equity stake at all. They had a 10 to 11% equity stake for about $700 million, I think was the deal. And they are... Where's the numbers in here? But no equity stake, and they're basically going to... provide the fuel cells. They're not going to produce the car for them. They're not going to produce the truck, which was originally in there. They're going to allow Nikola to use its hydrogen fuel cell technology.
Pretty intense, man.
That's it, right?
Yeah, that's pretty intense.
Because GM gets to say, well, you know, we had a deal. We just changed the deal. So the first deal wasn't that bad. We just had to tweak it a little bit. Meanwhile, they made a horrendous deal buying 11% of a company that within 24 to 48 hours was basically exposed by a short seller.
And so they got out of it. That's the bottom line, right?
Exactly. Yeah. They no longer have any equity stake in this company, and they've basically made a business deal with the company. And they're going off the same thing that everyone else is in terms of is it even a valid company in the future, right? Because a lot of it's the promise of the future and the technology.
And you had a 28% short position in it, so they're happy this out here this morning.
That's a nice day, down 24%.
And you know, if you take a look at this, it looks like we were at $37 3 trading days ago.
Craziness, man.
That's pretty intense, man.
Sure
there's
is.
no doubt. There's no doubt.
Hey, how about Tesla making it above 600 today? That would put it in the 3,000 pre-split adjusted, man. 600, remarkable. Pulling back a bit, but that company just keeps chugging along, man.
It's chugging along, all right, man. Holy, some of these numbers, folks, are just absolutely like over the top. There's no doubt. I mean,
Jumping over, so Shopify, I wanted to look at real quick if you want. They're up like 5% today. And they put out some big press releases for the numbers that they've been doing. They're coming right up to this area. You know, you're talking about 1,100 or so, where this thing's bounced around a few times. It made it to 1146 at one point. It's the all-time high. But strong numbers. You know, I said TFNN uses Shopify. They're a great platform. And you see the power they have I think it was like from $1 billion to like 2.4 billion year over year they went, which is staggering when you think about how they added 1.4 billion after only doing $1 billion last year. And they were a sensation already kind of beginning last year, you know?
Yes. And what you have is that just like, you know, this is going to be the largest, you know, Cyber Monday we've ever had by an extraordinary amount, not a small amount. And that on top of like the aspect of how much has already been audited online is pretty amazing. I mean,
look at those growth numbers. Right. I agree. I really believe from my own personal experience, too, that this sets up for an even better retail for the biggest players out there that are delivering, man, because
it does.
I had action at Kohl's. I had action at Apple, Amazon. I was perusing Target and Walmart. They had some good deals as well. And you can really see how the big players are just all on the same platform now, all competing against each other.
Yeah, no doubt. And, you know, to go back to these numbers on Shopify, they're extraordinary. I mean, look at this. I mean, five years ago, folks, they were doing 389 million. This year, 2.9 billion. It's like, really?
You know, we should have bought some Shopify when we went over there, man, because
what was it, $10?
Boy, you back it up. I think they were at around 100, and they're at 10 bagger right now. And just to go back to, you know, they said that the growth they had from last year to this year, they really were already rising in dramatic fashion, as in they went from the beginning of 2019 at about 100, maybe 140, and you ended 2019 in the area of 375. Okay, and then you grew over like 140% from that number, which is, so they're delivering. You know, I mean, that was priced in, but
big time.
Yeah.
You know, if we go overseas, you know, last night, folks, in Asia, there was some destruction out here. Look, check this out, man. This is, come on, get it up there. There you go. You're going to see some.
Yeah.
That Hang Seng come off those highs. When you see the bar, I mean, it's only 2%, but this bar was pretty intense, man. I mean, look at this thing. You know, it opened, you know, near its highs and basically just gave it up. And it was over the high from last July. So that in itself is kind of a heads up. Let me just see if I have the volume. Yes. Oh, man. I don't know what happened here. Look at the spike on volume, man. They did 5.7.
Maybe that's an end of the month.
It probably is, but you know, it's still 5.7 billion, man.
Sure.
They unloaded. And here, this is something that's intriguing, folks. Look at this. So our NASDAQ, this never should have done 3.4 billion on Friday. This is telling me that they're unloading NASDAQ stocks, man.
That's a big day there.
That's a monster day.
For the 9-to-1 after Thanksgiving skeleton crew, basically.
Exactly. And if we go over, watch this. You go to the NYSE, not even close. That came in like it should have. You know, 552 million versus the 1 billion. So, and that's been, you know, last week we got some big numbers on the NASDAQ as, you know, basically my take is that they're unloading this NASDAQ. We're basically, I think we're in the markdown on the NASDAQ actually. You know, we're still at highs, but that's where I think we're at right now. So. And today it's going to be intriguing to see if Apple can hold. Because if Apple doesn't hold, man, you know.
So did you pull the trigger in terms of transferring to the Apple universe yet?
Not yet, but I have Allison checking on everything this morning.
Good. No, listen, you got to be detailed. They're not small purchases, man. They're hefty paychecks at this point for Apple products, which is crazy. But This generation around, they're teed up. They get some great subsidies from some of these carriers out there that are really going to accelerate, I think, this thing, and that's why you're seeing Apple probably getting an upgrade today, man. They got deals. Apple's so strong, man. Their deals are pretty marginal, to be fair, in terms of at their own website. You're talking about spending $600-700, you get a $25 gift card is what they're pushing for their big promotions.
We just found another deal this morning. Wait till you hear it. It's sick. It's buy one, get one free.
For what?
Apple, for the 12. Is that, I know.
It depends who you go with and if you're signing up for a new phone, I believe, correct?
I don't know. I talked to Allison. No, she's finding out. I talked to Allison on the way in, and that she said, okay, I said, get the details and find out what this is all about. I don't know.
All right, we'll find out. I think there's a few strings to that offer before they give you a $1,000 phone for free.
They're right. They're $1,300 phones.
Yeah.
Stay right there, folks. Tommy and I are coming right back. We have the Dow Industrials right now down to 285. Nasdaq off 43. S&P's down 20. We'll come right back.
Hi folks, Tom O'Brien here. If you'd like to get my daily newsletter, Market Insights, then now is a great time to sign up for a 30-day free trial. Every morning by 9:30, I send out my morning letter to subscribers with market commentary on a variety of markets, currencies, and commodities to keep investors up to date on the day's trading action. Included in Market Insights are specific buy and sell recommendations for stocks, ETFs, and even options, with stops and price targets included for every trade in my newsletter. If you'd like to try my newsletter risk-free for 30 days, then head over to the front page of TFNN and you'll find Market Insights under Trading Newsletters. I use my years of trading experience to bisect and dissect the market every morning and give my subscribers the most important information they need to know for the day ahead. I even issue afternoon updates for my subscribers whenever warranted with important market action. I'm always scouring the market for the next great trading opportunity. Sign up for your 30-day free trial to my daily newsletter, Market Insights, today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Wow! Go get them, folks.
If you're a trader in the market looking to find the path that leads to maximizing profits while decreasing risk, then now is a great time to try out Dave White's daily trading service, The Path of Least Resistance. Through the use of options and equity trades, Dave advises his subscribers on a daily basis of the current market conditions and what possible trade setups are on the horizon. The Path of Least Resistance is published every trading morning, often with updates intraday when initiating trades or closing out positions. Dave White has advised his clients of some outstanding winning options and equity trades in recent months, and now is a great time to try it out for yourself. New subscribers to the Path of Least Resistance receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the types of options and equity trades that are available by signing up for the Path of Least Resistance today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com and selecting the newsletter tab. Sign up today. TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABCs, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow's down at 325. We get the Nasdaq off 69. S&Ps are off 25. We're getting a little acceleration on the way down here, Tom.
We sure are. I happened to be jumping around. I said, oh, Tesla's really getting the acceleration down 2.6. And I looked up. I said, oh, no, it's the whole market.
Yeah, and Apple's still hanging tough. Apple's up $2. That gets into that $2 level. It's going to get interesting to see where that shakes out. Now, folks, as you come over to our website at TFNN, you are going to see under featured content our man, Mr. Larry Pesavento. He's going to be doing a live trading event, a webinar, Trade What You See. This is going to be on December 9th. That's a week from this Wednesday. It's hard to believe, man. December 9th, a week from this Wednesday.
That's exactly what I said when I was talking about his webinar this morning. But go ahead. December 9th. It's coming a week from, not 9 days from now, otherwise known.
Yep. And it's going to be from 9 a.m. To 2 p.m., folks. This webinar, bottom line is that Larry's going to be out there getting you to understand the different patterns he looks at. He's going to be trading live, right?
Yes.
And the cost, folks, is $295. And with $295, you get the full day. Of course, it's going to be archived. You get Larry's newsletter. It's a great newsletter, 24/7. And it's literally 24/7. Bottom line, he just came out of a great trade this morning, man. He was shot gold.
I was listening to his program. I know. He was saying, what did he have? 3 different trades at the differing points throughout that venture? I mean, the acceleration it's had is pretty remarkable.
Yeah,
man.
and it's quite a trade, man. It's because this
so
is this
the other
has been
thing
a
just to add
one-way
on
move.
to this, it's going to be a great event. It's 5 hours, right? 9 in the morning till 2 in the afternoon. There'll be a small break for lunch in there. It'll all be archived. $295. You gain access to Fibonacci 24/7. That's $97 right away that you gain access to. It's a great time to sign up. Larry always puts out a really thorough report over the weekends, videos, etc. They go all throughout the week. Now, the other cool part about this is that anybody who attended one of Larry's prior classes throughout the year. Now, I think he did one in August.
Okay.
And he also did one back in April or May, I want to say. Those attendees are going to gain access to this event for free. And the cool part about that is that you're really going to get a lot of people in there, a good community of traders asking questions.
Yeah.
It should be a good day,
Nice.
a week from Wednesday. So that kind of adds to the whole experience, I think. And it'll be archived, but I encourage you, if you can, to attend for at least a portion you can attend, because there should be a good turnout. The prior attendees for Larry's last 2 all-day live trading classes, they'll gain entry, and Larry's really going to be trying to go over, not only just the trades, but then the methodology behind them. So it should be a great event a week from Wednesday, man, December 9th.
December 9th. Oh, my God. Unreal.
Check
it out right in the front page. Let's go to our man Tony in Wellesley. Tony, what's going on, man?
How are you, Tom?
I'm doing great, man. Yourself?
Good. Long-time listener.
I know that voice, man. I love that voice. How was Thanksgiving, man?
Good. Quiet but good. I got to play it safe.
Good. That's that. We all do. There's no doubt. It'll be over.
They'll be next year.
That's right. It'll be
That's
over.
right.
So
I'm thinking of buying Nugget.
let's take a look at it. So he's looking to buy Nugget, folks. Nugget is the 2-to-1 leveraged position inside the gold miners. It's trading right now at 60.92. So if we go over to the GDX first and take a look at the GDX, what we had out here is that with GDX, last week basically rejected lower price. Bottom line, we get a little bump up here. As long as you basically don't let this get away from you, I think this is where we're at, meaning I like this spot right here, Tony.
I do too.
It's what has happened, folks, is that, it's been a vicious retracement. There's no two ways about that. The equities have been going down since, that's August. You're coming into the strength from June and July. And, if we go over to the dollar and we take a look at the dollar, what you're going to see here is that, the dollar basically continues lower, man. So that divergence is big. I mean, it's, you can look at the gold equities at one spot and you can say, okay, that really is saying that the dollar is going to reject lower price and go higher. That's one side of it. The other side is that, hey, guess what? The dollar keeps going lower. Gold's going to go higher.
Think we can see 80 in Nugget?
Can you see 80?
Yeah.
I can see here. What I'm doing, I was looking at this earlier. What is that? 76, yeah. What I'm figuring is this. That I see where you're looking at 80. That'd be 85, actually. What happens, folks, most times when you start, this is what's cool about when you actually come down so hard, that you don't know on the first bounce whether this is just going to be a bounce and you can go lower, or that you can actually have some traction behind it. So most times what ends up happening is that your first move, like here, would be you take the 72. If it gets any type of juice at all, then you get that 76 on the agenda. And if you got that, then it's going to try to break into, the higher range, which starts at that 86, Tony. But
Okay.
yeah, I think it's a reward versus risk down here is pretty cool.
Welcome, brother.
Okay, man. You have a great one and a safe one.
Your son does a great job at 8:30.
I know. Isn't it a great show,
Thanks,
man?
Tony, man. It's good to hear your voice. I hope
God bless.
Wellesley's going well.
God bless you.
God bless
You
you,
too,
too,
Tony.
man. Have a great one. Have a safe one.
Hey, a quick aside, man. I was on Google Maps this weekend, going through our old days of Weston, Mass.
Yes.
Exploring our old house up there, man. Just interesting times. I got sucked down a Bloomberg. Actually, I had
You
the
got
article.
in the zip code. I saw the
I
zip
did.
code.
They got all the zip codes up here. And,
You know what's so funny? Every time Tony calls, because folks, we lived in Weston and Tommy went to school in what?
Dedham.
In Dedham, but we used to all go through Wellesley, right? That's how we got
sure.
there. That's
Yes.
So yeah, and I saw
So
the
many
zip
beautiful
codes,
towns
man.
up there. That's nice.
Folks, this article's pretty a trip because if you wonder why the real estate's so expensive in Boston, what are the three of the richest zip codes are in Boston,
I got the
right?
list up right here, right? So Miami Beach, it looks like, what is it, Atherton? What do they say at the top here? It's 2.2 million is
Right.
what it takes to be Florida's Fisher Island. There it is, followed by Atherton in California. And you do get down, so you got Weston, Mass. Now that was, who was it? You had Vinnick up there at one point, along with a couple other big dudes.
Vinnick lived there. Then the guy that came after Vinnick, he lived there too.
They had
Remember?
the whole Fidelity Magellan crew, right?
Because when Vinnick's, the ironic part, folks, Vinnick's child was getting baptized at St. Thomas's Church, and I said, oh, this is interesting. He's Jewish, but then he's married to a Catholic. So because this church is a little tiny church, right? And I remember, I didn't know these guys, but, everyone knew them, of course, because they're so monsters, you know what I mean? Yeah. And I remember looking in their eyes, because Stansky's, the guy, because he was there too. And I was looking, I says, okay, how hard a week did they have? I mean, just as a trader, do you know what I'm saying? And then he went to school. Well, his son went to school at Nobles after you, Tommy, right?
He did, yeah. He had a son that was at Nobles, Vinnick did.
And now he's down in Tampa.
He bought the Lightning, I think, for like $170 million at the time, maybe 10 years ago. I think they're valued at $470 right now. But that expansion they have going on down the Tampa Waterway, the multi-billion-dollar expansion with Gates, boy, he's going to make more money there than he is with the Lightning. But crazy zip codes, and you get down to Boston, man. You know where it is? It's that financial district. It's the sea. What do they call it? The sea, the water there.
Yeah, South Boston. That's
a little biased, but yeah, okay. I don't think that's a zip code. We'll talk about it.
Yeah, 10's the zip code still. They
Many
want
of
to
our
say
new
Boston.
listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN has launched our brand new website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, but when you do, you'll see a new and improved homepage with a much simpler navigation, whether you're watching Tiger TV live in high definition or just accessing your newsletter subscriptions. We even have new pricing in 6 months and yearly options. Check out the new TFNN.com now and experience all the upgrades. TFNN.com, educating investors.
If you haven't checked out the newsletters page of TFNN.com, what are you waiting for? All of the TFNN newsletters are informative, up-to-date, affordable, and a must-have for every trader looking to gain a competitive informational edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets to offer you the very latest in market news. Plus, new subscribers get to test drive our newsletters risk-free for 30 days. From all aspects of the markets, including stocks, bonds, metals, commodities, and tech, there's a newsletter to fit your needs exclusively from TFNN. Stay informed each day you trade and get that competitive edge that will help you stay ahead of the game. Visit our newsletters page by going to TFNN.com and click the newsletters button near the top of the page. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Direction's daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. Dow's down 406. You get the Nasdaq off 128. S&Ps are off 36. And, those NQs, if we take a look at the NQs from last night till today, this is quite a move, man.
No more talking zip codes, man. We take our eyes off this market for 8 seconds, and I look back. I said, whoa.
Look at this thing. Yeah, so 12,337. Yeah, so we're down 200 points from last night. Now you're down 120, basically, in the last hour. And Apple, bottom line, that's only up $1.17 right now. So there's some selling that's going on out here, man.
There definitely is. It's in a big way. I was just going to say, it probably feels good, though, to be up 1% today when the market's getting clobbered across the board right now, besides maybe Bitcoin, Apple, Shopify, a few winners out there, even Tesla. Everything just exacerbated, man. Tesla's down almost $50 from the high it put up within the last hour and a half.
Yeah, they're just selling this down quick, man. Holy cow. Look at this.
Anytime you get this frothy and it's based on a story, you just be careful, man. It's one thing when you're dealing with a $30 billion stock. It's one thing when you're dealing with a $130 billion stock. But when you're dealing with a $600 billion stock, things get a little bit more dicey when it's predicated on so much growth. Tesla, I was reading about, so the S&P, right? They're coming into the S&P at the end of the year.
Yeah.
You're talking about, man, now they are going to enter it as the 6th largest company. That blows my mind, even being in the market every day, that they're going to enter the S&P 500 as the 6th biggest company. They're still trying to figure out whether they should do it over 2 days. It just speaks to that's not normally the case. The 5 companies above them, I think I know them all in my head. I think we all do. They're based on a lot of earnings. Now, yeah, they have multiples, but Amazon's based on a lot of earnings with the multiples, right? It's like,
yes.
You start getting into Tesla, it's based on some serious multiples of a technology company. They'll probably get there. But, man, you're now trading at $3,000, pre-split this morning. Just be a little.
That could be some big problems, man. So we got to really wrap our head around. I want to wrap my head around that aspect of what is the weighting structure going to be in that. Do you know what I'm saying? Because that, as you're explaining that, it's like, okay, so we know that the NDX 100. I think most of us are used to that, folks. It's been skewed for quite some time. But the S&P, the last time I remember the S&P skewed, I think it was like 2006. And what that's when oil went to like $147, and that's all the oil stocks were just like, they were a huge, huge part of it. But that's a long time ago, man. Do you know what I mean? And that that went up slowly. Do you know what I mean? Not like overnight.
Yes. And that's why it's just kind of, I mean, there's you know, they had earnings in October. They were good earnings, but if you look at their chart, it didn't do anything. It traded down the next 5 or 6 days. So the only thing that's happened since August 12th, okay, is that they split their stock and we've let 3 to 4 months. Now more has happened, but you just went from 270 to 600. And that's after being at 200 to start July, man.
Yeah.
So
wow.
Just be aware, man. If I had some money in there, I would have been, protecting. Get your stops in there or something, because there's nothing to say Tesla can't be at 500 or 450 in a heartbeat.
No, there's no doubt.
Yeah.
There's no. I mean, and if that's what you get, folks, okay, it just. I don't believe it's just going to be Tesla. I mean, once you start popping a few bubbles in the marketplace in general, the people that. Even the funds that own that, the momentum funds, they've done very, very well. And when the momentum stops, they have some of the fastest triggers that I've seen. And that's really important to understand. What fast trigger means is this, folks. They're not going to hang around to say that, oh, is this going to get on another 200? They're going to say, okay, we already made money. This momentum's going to stop right now. Let's stop. I'll get out of it. I'll see what ends up happening, and if I'm wrong, so what? Then, I'll do it again,
Hey, at the S&P's at 3,600, we're literally within a half a point of that. We started the year at 3,200 and change. Okay, you're up 400 points. You're literally up we're talking about 32, 36. We closed out last year. So you're up 375 S&P points. You're up 11, 12% on the year. What's the risk reward here, right? That you miss out on. How much are you going to miss out on December, right? I mean, we don't know, but you know what I mean, to the upside.
Yes.
Could we end the year 15% higher for the year in the S&P? Could we end at 20%? Or could we pull back and end it 4 to 5% in the positive?
Yeah.
I don't think there's an equal risk when you look at those right now, but people have been saying that for a long time. There's your disclaimer, but I really, there's 10 to 12% in the S&P, man, in the year. If you had said that in March, if you had said that at any time, I mean, that's remarkable. We get a lot of pain to go through. So,
who's going to write that book, man? I mean, because
I agree.
It's quite a book.
And you can stay there. It would make sense that if you consolidate for a while, but in my head, and there's a lot that doesn't make sense that happens in the market, but it wouldn't make sense if we end the year 25%. Are you really? Does the market need to get ahead of that type of appreciation for equities and a broad index like the S&P 500? I don't know, man.
It is.
Yeah.
Well,
and you're just going to see, like you said, that the companies like Tesla, the more volatile you are, the more you're reacting. Like Tesla's down 4%, right? They were up 2 to 3 to 4% on big days. They're just moving 1 to 2 to 3, 4 times what the market's doing, and that's going to happen on the way down just as quick.
Sure. So let's take a look at some of the higher volume equities out here today. You got. Tesla, of course, is right up there. That's number 12. That's down $22 right now. You get Nikolai down 7. That's the Planetaire is off 2. Yeah, so you had this one is going to be interesting too because people are having a hard time valuing this stock, and
they got a lot of top secret contracts. It's tough, right?
Right. And Citron, I believe, came out and basically said that they're going after this stock. Okay. Let's see. After Citron Research says it's shorting the stock with a $20 price target,
Yeah, I mean, not the type of. I was just going to add, not like they say it's a fraud going to 0, right? But just saying, listen, it's getting ahead of itself right now. We think it's going to 20.
Yeah.
Different story than shorting like a Nikola or something. But
no.
The hype can get things going. I mean, now I see Slack down there, right? Number 10, they're doing big business, so they've gotten quite a pop, and you have Salesforce pulling back pretty decently under like 240 on that acquisition. They're down like 10% from when that news broke. Big numbers, man, for that acquisition.
Well, there's no doubt. And you talk about the CRM, folks. Okay, patience is so where it's at, man. I mean, they're basically, it was Slack that basically just didn't get on the bandwagon quick enough, and Zoom took some of their space, Microsoft took some of their space, and like CRM will come in and as the savior. But the bottom line is that they get a great price when you think about how far the market's up and that type of technology, right?
If they can capitalize on that, and a lot of people had talked about it. I heard our man Dave White talk about it a lot. Very tough for a company like Slack to compete by itself in that arena. Probably something that made sense if they get picked up, and they do, by Salesforce, yeah.
It's amazing how big these companies are getting. It's like,
and this is, you're getting back to now Salesforce too, they have earnings tomorrow, man, before or after the market. So you're seeing some volatility in terms of the move you're looking for right now. I was looking at it, $16 they're pricing in for their numbers.
After market tomorrow too.
Okay, perfect. After market tomorrow. They're
going to be looking for $5.3 billion for the top line, 74 cents to the bottom line.
If you're a long-term investor, man, you could sell some puts under the market if you wanted to. You get hit at 220 or something like that.
Yeah.
Scale in. It's a good company in the long run.
Yeah. Stay right there, folks. Tommy and I come right back.
Back in the day, I joined Hotel California in 2006, and like many of you, was drawn in by, as well as...
Whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows.
You see, I believe that everything in life happens for us, not to us. And Tom ignited the fire within me to want to learn how to master the markets. So how did I go from knowing nothing about technical analysis to becoming the #1 market timer for the S&P 500 in 2018 and the #2 market timer in 2019? Simply put, I hired coaches with a proven track record, which led me to a whole new set of tools that I created to interpret the message of buyers and sellers. I would love the opportunity to teach you this award-winning set of tools and to help you improve your market timing. You can test drive my newsletter service, Mastering Probabilities, for the next 30 days with no risk to you. Plus, you'll gain access to archive workshops that'll take you step by step through my system. Sign up today by going to the homepage of TFNN.com and selecting Mastering Probability in the newsletter tab.
Hi, folks. This is Tom O'Brien. The printing presses are working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The U.S. deficit has risen 200% in 1 year with no end in sight. The markets are looking for an additional stimulus bill to get us through this once-in-a-generation pandemic. There is no free lunch, folks. The more stimulus dollars put into the marketplace, the less your dollar is worth each and every day. This is the time to protect yourself with a portion of your portfolio in the metal market. The Gold Report comes out each Monday morning. I bisect and dissect the dollar, silver, gold, the XAU, and the HUI. The Gold Report is a long-term hedge against the dilution of your buying power. The U.S. has put more than $6 trillion into the marketplace in the last 6 months, with more expected in the next few months. The market did and does need the stimulus, but it will have long-term implications on our buying power. The Gold Report comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Go to TFNN.com and order the Gold Report now. Protect your buying power. Order the Gold Report now.
With markets trading with extreme volatility and peaks and troughs everywhere, regardless of what you're looking at in the markets, this is a great time to see the type of analysis Basil Chapman delivers for his subscribers every market day with the Opening Call newsletter. Basil has been analyzing markets, providing his take for subscribers to his trading services since 1984. Every morning, Basil publishes an update for his subscribers, along with weekend and evening updates when warranted. The Opening Call provides traders a daily market overview with regard to the direction of the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, along with specific recommendations, including stops and targets. You also gain instant access to Basil's subscriber webinar archive from earlier this year, a dark cloud cover, and essential market analysis. Ride the Chapman wave today by signing up for the Opening Call newsletter on the front page of TFNN.com under the newsletter tab. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Sign up today.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow Industrials right now down 347. The Nasdaq off 125. S&P's off 31. And regardless of what happens out here today, folks, I was listening to Tom and your program that Russell 2000, man. I think it went up 20% the month of November. I mean,
it sure did. It did at least to start today. It's going to give back some of them. But yeah, you started it at basically give or take. We started the month at 1537. and you're almost 300 points higher, which is about 20%, give or take. You were probably up there at 1863. Quite a month for the Russell. All the indices, though, you think about where we started. S&Ps, we were at about 3250. We're at 3605. You added 350 S&P points this month alone.
That is one number. Yeah, there it is, man. Look at that. Yeah, we're at the lower end. That's there you go. We were at the lower end of this. We'll see whether it's going to be a consolidation. Now it's going to get interesting out here today, folks. 35 on the cash, 35.88. So it has further to go. 35.88 would basically get you back inside the lower range. We're not there, but you get back inside there, then it's like, okay, man, that's going to keep you still in a consolidation. And it's a very large consolidation.
And I was just getting the VIX. Kind of interesting that on Friday we got a 19 print, 1951 actually. I'm not sure. Let me see if it's real though. Yeah, that's what I thought. It was a jet down. I knew I had checked it, but still, you were under 21. You're at about 2050. And as the chart, I mean, you only made it to 2028 at one point in August. We're right down near that lower boundary in the VIX as we're getting a little bit of dicey action, right? Just interesting that it comes back to that level. We see the type of sell-offs we're seeing today pretty quickly.
Big time. Stay right there, folks. We're going to think of some coming up next. Man, Mr. Basil Chapman, Steve Rhodes, Dave White. I'll be back this afternoon. Thanks, Val.
Thanks, man.
Look at him, folks.